hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Yay! So we got our solar. I got my solar hooked up. And I got me a 12K GoodWe inverter. And let's see here. Let's get this going. Show you what's going on here. We got 3 setups going right now. Small, but my batteries are at 99% charged there and 99% charged there. That's 12,000. I have this backup. This is a 10K. I think this is my 10K backup from Mr. Power. That's hooked up to the batteries too, but it's not hooked up to the main box right now. We are completely off grid. I got some breakers here. We got 4 MPPs. Well, 2 really, but 4 plugs, 4 setups. So I got 3 of them ran. I got 1 more to go to fill. We're running 7 panels each, 650. So we're doing like almost 5,000 watts each on these. So there's 15,000 right now in here, which is not too bad. And let's see, we're running my AC, my split at 19. Like I said, and we don't, we got a washing machine. We run everything off grid. Everything is off grid. Huge fans. Got a really nice refrigerator, big refrigerator. I don't know how energy saving it is, but there you go. So it's an LG rice cooker, electric coffee pot usually always going. Our rice cooker's always going. We cook at least two pots of rice a day. The big screen TV going, and that's 24/7. Then the Wi-Fi going. Also, get my slippers on here as I go outside. So, like I said, we are totally 100% off grid. We have Wi-Fi. We got the cable. We have fiber optic for that, but we also have our lights plugged in here for this outside. We have another small unit. I'm getting ready to hook this up just for out here. I'll show you. We have 2 pumps. I don't have a hot water heater. I have solar hot water heater, so no electric hot water heater here, which is nice because that's a high demand on your solar. So we have a solar pump right there for the hot water that runs separate than the normal pump. That's a 350 watt small pressurized for pressurizing the hot water. We got 200 liter SolarTech hot water heater, which, I mean, this thing kicks ass. I mean, we need 4 hours of sunlight, and the hot water is just wicked. And I have a nice pump. Boop, 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 boop. That's our water pump right now. Programmable. Really, it's a quiet run. I don't have a cover on it yet for up here because we're getting ready to build the cover for this. And like I said, we're in the middle of build. So, and this is a 1,800 square foot home. It's 30 feet tall A-frame. I mean, it's massive. Okay. So, and then we'll walk down here. Also, pool. We run the pool off the solar too. Oh yeah, they got the fan going on upstairs right now. A big, huge fan. We got another split air upstairs. So I'll take you back upstairs too. I'll show you this. Right now the pump's off because I ran it for like 2 hours this morning. So But this is going to be its own batteries, its own. Get ready to hook this up. This is running right now. It is on its own system. The pool is on its own system, but I need to box it in so you can turn on this inverter. Boom! And the pump goes on. And that's that is my pump. And as you can tell, does a really good job. That pool's 8 foot deep there. It steps down, it's a foot and a half, you know, a foot and a half, a foot and a half. So it steps down to 3 and then it drops straight down to 8 foot. So, well, I'm going to turn this off. Like I said, I got 2 blue carbon batteries here, but they're getting old. So they hold like half their charge. I'm going to strip them down and find the bad cells. And I'm going to put, combine one, make one battery out of the rest of them, out of the good cells. And then I'll replace the bad cells with some other ones. So I'll end up with 2 of the blue carbon. They're 200 amp hour batteries each. So if I get one good one out of them, they're 5 years old and I beat them to death. Bad. We did welding with a welder. Everything. I drained them things down so many times to 0. And I didn't have a choice. Like I said, we are off grid here. So I did what I had to do to, get the house done. Ooh, it's cool in here. And like I said, the AC's kicking out good here. Go upstairs. Oh, I didn't show you my solar panels. It's okay. Coming up. You got another AC unit up here. Another split air con. Up here. One of my daughters is sleeping, so we're not going to go. Another split air up here to cool these 2 rooms. Because this is 2 bedrooms. Then she's got the big, huge industrial fan going. See that big old fan there? It's on low right now because of the air con. And I'll take you outside again. Sorry about that. A little bit screwed up here. We were gonna. My first idea was to put the solar panels. Change the slippers. My first idea was to put the panels on the one side of the house as doing a walkway. I'll show you. But we weren't drawing enough power because we were getting too much shade on this side of the house. I was getting too much shade, half the day. So I wasn't pulling enough solar hours, sunshine hours. So these are my panels right here. They're good panels. They kick out pretty good. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 panels here. These are run 4 each in a string of 4 times 2. And these right here. Then we were gonna put some more here all the way down, but like I said, I had the extra ones. We moved them because the sun comes from that side over there, other side of the house. So by 1 o'clock, we finally get sun over here, which wasn't enough hours to charge the batteries all the way. So I took 6 of the panels that were up there, and I ran them down here, and the sun comes up right over here. So from 6 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, I'm getting sun all day now on these panels down here. So, and that's only 1, 2, 3. That's 5 panels right now on this one, and I'm going to run 1 more. So I'm running 6. I'll be running 6 panels per. Those are the exact same as those. And These are same type of panels. But like I said, the sun comes up over there and then it sets over here on the other side, like toward the mountainside. So I'm getting sun all day, which is beautiful. Then my next thing is I picked up a 500-watt wind turbine. Now this wind turbine is only for my 24-volt system for the pump here, for the pool. And I added another tail to it because I wasn't getting the wind control out of it as much. So I just stuck that on there to try it. And this pole is 35 feet. Plus we're on the side of the mountain here. So it'll be about 40 feet in the air. Be 35, 36, 37 feet in the air. Almost 40 feet in the air because it goes right to there. And it's always windy here. Always, always, always windy. And the wind's always coming from this direction, basically. It's clean air, clean line. So I should be doing really good. That's why a 500-watt wind turbine. If it works really good here, then I will look for a bigger wind turbine to add. So because what I can do is I can mount the other wind turbine. This tree is going to be trimmed down to some more. We can add another wind turbine here to the side of the house, run it straight up with the posts, because the house is 30 feet. So I could go another 20 feet in the air past that. So I can have that other wind turbine a total of 50 feet. So that should give me enough good wind, to turn a substantially good sized wind turbine. So that's where my solar system's at. Like I said, it's not that big, but we don't really scrimp. We keep the house dark because it's cooler, to be honest with you, in the dark. And especially when living in the Philippines, it's hot here, guys. But that aircon runs. The aircon runs 24/7, no matter what. But that's my system. And like I said, this is just a backup right now, just in case I can run it over to the main breaker if I want to. I also have a generator, which isn't hooked up yet. That's one of these lines going out. I gotta hook it up, which is hooked up to I want to hook it up to this, but in a way I'm kind of being a little bit doubtful. I think it's better if I just had my own breaker. Put my own breaker in here into the panel. I got 2 spare breakers here. Just put it into the panel itself and then turn it off. Turn off the main breaker for the solar, the switch, and then turn this on and run the generator. Just in case something happens with the generator, shorts out, I don't want it screwing up my MPPTs or my inverter. So it's best off if I just shut it off completely and don't worry about it. So, and then after that, I also have another inverter right here. Now this is just a 4,200 24-volt Mr. Power or Power Mister, brand new in the box. Haven't even opened it yet. It's been sitting here for, I don't know, a year. But that one's going to go hopefully into our other house that we're building down there. But everything's been done. I did all the solar mounts, everything I put in myself, all the wiring for the house, all the wiring for the solar has been done by me. And like I said, we're at 99% power. So that's awesome. That's with 2 batteries. These are 300 amp hour batteries. Yeah, these are the Life Pro. Pushton. These are 300 amp hours each. And I like them. I'm not happy with the WeGo. It's good. I'm not knocking the company. You know, I just maybe it's just because I'm not familiar with it, but it didn't come with the manual, brand new in the box. It didn't come with anything like that. So, you know, getting online, trying to figure it out. Some of the stuff online's incorrect. Had to get a hold of tech service and then walk me through it because you don't have the manual for setting things up. It makes it difficult. So, um, and then they're setting up their Wi-Fi. It's not simple. It's not just plug and play. You got to have their app. You got to go into their app, fill out all this information, make a plant. You got to make this like business plant thing, and blah blah blah, which I have. Then you got to tie in your Wi-Fi with data and Wi-Fi, and then you got to verify all this stuff. They send you another code. You verify that code. You send all of them. It's a back and forth. I had these guys on the phone for like 2 hours, and I still couldn't get it done. It's not user friendly. The Wi-Fi apps to it. That's just my opinion. But you know, the inverter so far has been flawless. I mean, working, it's been flawless. So I'll say that that's good. It does have Wi-Fi, and it came with it. It does come with the Wi-Fi dongle. It's not extra. You get the whole thing. Not like like the Power Mister. You have to buy. You have to buy the Wi-Fi dongle right here, which I have. I have two of those, one for the 4.2 and then one for the 10 kW. I think this is 10 or 11. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I bought so many inverters, man. I've burnt out probably 10 inverters building houses here. We went with, tutorial inverters, cheap pure sine wave inverters to, SNAT inverters, SNAT inverters, 48, 24, 12 volts. And I burned them all out. But, we were doing a lot of welding with those. So, and they lasted 3 years, so I can't really complain, They've always been good. It all depends on how you set it up. So that's my solar units. Hope you guys like watching. If you have any questions, I didn't get into all the technical stuff with the solar. It's just showing you guys what I have. And if you budget your money right, you can pick up a good solar system fairly cheap here in the Philippines. And I'm going to keep adding more if I can, a little at a time. Like I said, we're getting ready to build another home right in front of the pool, so I'm going to need a whole new solar system for that. So, but the 4.2s, I wish you could run them parallel. You can't. So, anything above that you can. They have some 5,000 watts and 6,000 watts that you can. But you can combine them. But the 4.2s you can't. So that's what bums me out, because that'd be perfect. 8.4 kilowatts is perfect. But, you can then basically go to a 10K and you're even better. But the 10Ks are 48 volts, and the 4.2s are 24 volts. So for beginners, like me here in the Philippines, the 24 volt was more comfortable, and I've done enough of them. Then when I got into the 48, 48s are really nice, but the batteries start getting expensive. The wiring gets cheaper, but the batteries get more. So it's 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other. Everybody says that 48 volts is cheaper. I don't know about that. Okay. It all depends on how big of a, wire you use. Everybody says, well, you can go smaller. You can go out with smaller wire. Okay. Yeah, you can, but should you? That's the question. Should you? Okay. You're going to push your wire to the maximum, or you want to have bigger wire and make everything run cooler and easier. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'm going to post this one, and have yourself a great day.